Welcome, I'm Lorraine Driscoll, and this is Building Better Brains, where each week we explore the root causes of why your child might be having a hard time learning, reading, and behaving, and what you can do about it naturally. Today we are talking about how to help your ADHD child thrive during the summer holidays. Because let's face it, there's the vision of what you would like summer vacation to look like, and then there's the reality. It's kind of like Christmas holidays. So even if as the parent you are stuck working most of the summer, it's great to see the kids so excited and in such a great mood. Summertime often leaves us wanting to make all sorts of fun plans, whether it's a week away camping or a series of staycations or a visit to a water park. It's just filled with all kinds of ideas. But what about those long, lazy days of summer? Those many days that are free from exciting adventures? What if all that free time in the summer has proven to be a nightmare in previous summers? It's not uncommon for kids with ADHD or autism spectrum disorder to be more challenging in the summer months. And this is because of all the overstimulation, because of all that kind of added excitement and combined with the lack of sleep and the lack of routine. So parents can tend to forget how important routine is for their child and how much of an impact it makes. During the school year, your child has a routine from morning until bedtime for the most part. Of course, you don't want summer to feel like boot camp, but there is a balance. So the key is to make routine within the fun. So create structure around the lighter, more relaxed activities. So keep in mind, over planning or too many activities can create the same overstimulation as boredom can create if kids have no downtime at all. So like I said, the key really is balance. Structure and routine is something these kids absolutely need, but they also have a hard time creating it or sticking to it on their own. They might actually have an idea of a routine. Some of them are known to even make little lists of what they want to do, but then actually following through is a whole other problem. So when kids with ADHD don't have structure and the engaging activities that go with it, then they try to kind of create their own stimulation that they crave so much, which often involves getting into trouble. So children with ADHD are actually more likely to end up injured or even in the hospital during the summer months because they have less structure and routine, and they are more distracted and prone to impulsive and even reckless behavior. So what is the solution? So you guessed it. Number one, plan activities. So free play is definitely great for kids, and many are not getting enough. However, 8 hours of free play a day for a child with ADHD is definitely a recipe for disaster for everybody involved. Free play is necessary for developing the area of the brain responsible for executive function, which is identified as kind of one of the underlying factors or problems neurologically with children who have ADHD as well as learning disorders. When children have free play, meaning play, without unnecessary rules beyond, just typical respect and so forth, and without that adult interference, they are doing so many things. They are planning, problem solving, negotiating, they're practicing reasoning, self-regulation, and self-control. They are essentially developing the critical thinking skills that are so necessary both in school and in general life. So make free play an activity, definitely, but don't make the entire summer free play for a child with ADHD, or you're setting you and your child up for disaster. So start by making a list of activities that you can do that you can refer to throughout the summer. So maybe a list of activities of like what this would be something really fun, like going to the water park just once a summer, and then daily activities. We'd like to kind of do this every single day. And involve your child in that plan. Ask them what sorts of things they would like to do. Consider what your child likes to do and what activities would be important for their well-being and their development. Maybe there's something they could benefit from a little extra practice, whether that's in sports or in school. So when actually doing the activities, as counterintuitive as it might seem, leave an activity when everyone is still having fun. Waiting until boredom, arguments, or just disaster strikes is the last way you want to end an activity. And just keep in mind, even children without ADHD get irritable when they are overtired, bored, or too hot. So keep all of the kids rested, cool, and engaged. Give your child or children a heads up of how long you're going to be doing that activity. And then let them know, about 20 minutes before your leave, okay, we're going to be getting going soon. And then even that 5 minutes before, say, okay, we're 5 more minutes, and then we're going to start packing up. And this is what is known as front loading, and it gives kids time to mentally prepare for the activity to end. They expect it to end. It's not a huge disappointment. The other thing to do is to start with structure. So make a plan of what a typical day is going to look like. If they're going to be at a babysitter's, make sure it is someone who understands the importance of keeping your child on a routine. It doesn't have to be like school, but there needs, there does need to be variation. So start by making sure that your child is waking up around the same time that they would be during the school year. This should be followed by breakfast and getting dressed, brushing teeth and hair and all that type of stuff. Once this is complete, you or your babysitter might have a routine where, say from 9 till 10:30, the kids get some exercise like playing outside, doing badminton, playing soccer, going to the park, something like that. And then maybe at around 10:30, they come in for a snack and have some chores to do, like washing, breakfast, dishes, tidying their rooms, making their beds, or doing 20 minutes of reading. Maybe that's something that, would be really beneficial for them to practice, as kids should be reading, approximately 20 minutes every day. So this could be followed by lunch and then an outing, like maybe going swimming. The key is to balance more stimulating activities by following them with activities that allow them to rest and decompress and reset, like reading or story time or just mindfulness or just relaxing. The predictability of a daily routine will reap rewards you cannot even imagine. As much as these kids can be prone to being impulsive and being adventurous, predictability helps them to know their boundaries and to feel grounded and safe. They really, truly look for that, even though they might never admit it. So number 3 is schedule bedtime. Bedtimes tend to fall to the wayside in the summertime. As parents, we are often so relieved to not have to enforce the tedious bedtime routines that we all have to, enforce during the year. But I have to say, seeing in my practice how important sleep is, I am a stickler for sleep. Nothing seems to set kids off like lack of sleep or erratic bedtimes, especially kids with behavior issues. So these kids definitely need regular sleep schedules more than anything. Often 10 to 12 hours of sleep. So I have found that a hallmark of in terms of maintaining that routine that kids crave even in the summer is trying to maintain a similar bedtime routine as a school year. Of course, this is going to require being more flexible, as there are some days where, or late nights I should say, where it's inevitable that they're going to be staying up late and you're just going to have to get them back on track. But the key is to get them back on track as soon as possible. Tools like blackout blinds and white noise machines can help kids fall asleep even in the summer months. So look into that. And I can assure you that when back to school starts, you will thank yourself for adhering to a bedtime routine, because it'll be much easier to get them on track. So thanks for listening, and stay tuned for part 2 of this series, where I will talk about how to survive summer holidays by preventing overstimulation. So for now, hop onto my website and take my free quiz to learn exactly why your child may be struggling and what you can do to help them better learn and behave. And there's also tons of other tips and tricks on my YouTube channel, and I will post both links in the comments below. Have a great day.